rented this house under the name of Peter. Careful of the steps. I believe the man who owns it is of Sicilian ancestry.
Indeed. And, what is the family name?
I've been unable to trace the name of the original family who built it. Here we are. This place is ancient. Generations have lived and died here. And now it is but a forgotten corner of our insipid city.
More of a shack than a house, really. I mean, are you sure it won't crumble around us?
It's quite safe. I know that the alleys are crowded with refuse. The windows are splintered. And the chimneys lean at eerie angles in the moonlight. Our world holds the past in contempt, Thurber. I'd hoped your mind would be less prejudiced than that of our peers.
Oh, no. Upon my word, I am most honored by your invitation. I consider your company and your confidence in me with highest regard. Boston has never had a greater painter than Richard Upton Pickman. I said it first and I say it still.
Thank you. Many of your friends feel differently.
I hardly think Dr. Reed is friend to anyone. Time and again he has shown himself to be loyal only to his purse. What he has done is reprehensible.
Good fellow. Understand, there are some things that simply won't do at that art club on Newberry Street. Things that can't be conceived. No one at that repressive club knows of this place except you. It's bad enough for me now with that damned Reed whispering on some sort of a monster bound down the toboggan of reverse evolution.
Reed is a fussy old woman. And Bosworth and Minot are shocked by anything slightly morbid or remotely grotesque. Their definition of art is exclusively limited to mediocrity.
Reed is completely frightened, mostly by his own imagination.
Yes, and yet I do blame him for the rejections from the club and the museum. To exclude such tremendous works as yours based on some vile, unfounded gossip. I think ghoul feeding shows the painting is... It's a staggering achievement.
Yes, it is.
I've been studying and critiquing art for far longer than Reed has been a member of the club. My credentials are beyond reproach. I've lectured for years at the Academy.
Some wine, my friend.
Well, just a small drop to keep the chill away. It is rather damp down here. Doesn't that threaten your canvases?
Not in the least. Please, sit down. Our journey here seems to have unsettled you.
No, I'm fine. Though this house is certainly without you to guide me, I'd be quite lost.
The North End has become something of a dismal maze, I'm afraid.
How long have you had this secret location for your studio?
Just a few months. I found it less than a week after we met at Reed Lecture. And it is quite solidly built, despite what your eyes may tell you. The stones in these walls cannot be moved. They're 6 feet thick in places.
I must admit, I've never been in this section of the city. Have you any notion how old the North End neighborhood may be?
Half the present streets were laid out in 1650. This was undiscovered country then. We were pioneers. And you've seen the mill on Copp's Hill. That dates back to 1632. No, Thurber, places like this weren't made. They've actually grown here.
Indeed. Looked as if some of these streets were literally alive with mold and decay. It's a shame they've been allowed to fall into such disrepair. One could pass these derelict alleys by without a second glance.
Our world holds the past in contempt, Thurber. Too much influence from those like our distinguished Dr. Reed. There's just no respect for history in the modern age, my dear Thurber, no patience. Just as there is no respect for time or nature. We discount nature too much.
You are an enigmatic character, Pickman, for as long as I have known you. Cheers. Your skill as an artist in the macabre is unequaled. Many heads have been turned by your graphic visions. I fear, however, I may have championed your talents to excess. Reed himself has accused me of hero worship.
He finds fault with your good taste and critical judgment, my friend. Or perhaps it's envy. Like so many others, he fears what he does not understand.
Well, yes, but I am disgusted by the actions of the art club. They have dishonored your name and your talents. Reed must be held accountable for his actions.
On the contrary, I find myself enriched by my so-called exile from the squalid art galleries of country club fools. Trust me when I say that my condition has improved.
But I am earnest in what I say. Reed has been rude, offensive, and hardly forgivable.
Intolerance is a common trait. It reaches back to the old civilizations of men. It does not deter me from my work.
Still, I feel an injustice has been done. I shall rally my supporters. We'll find you a more suitable location. I mean, this studio is nearly inaccessible.
I find myself most welcome here, most comfortable. My 4 times great-grandmother lived near here. Until that damnable Cotton Mather called her a witch and had her hanged on Gallows Hill. Utterly afraid someone would kick free of his monotonous society. He, like Reed, trembled at the unknown. Often I have wished someone had laid a curse on Mather, or sucked his blood in the night.
I had heard Reed mention something of your ancestry, but I had not considered his words of merit.
Reed and that Puritan butcher, they're cast from the same die. I can show you a house that Mather lived in, and then I can show you another he was afraid to enter, in spite of all his bold, sanctimonious talk.
I didn't know. I hadn't realized Mather had headquartered himself here. He was a brutal man.
Oh, yes. He waged his holy wars on many innocent people. But here, they fought back. This whole end of the city was once crisscrossed with tunnels. Here's an entry that I found bricked over. I cracked its seal, though I soon found that a sturdy door was advisable. These tunnels kept certain people in contact with certain houses. Other tunnels led to the burying grounds into the sea. Let them persecute and prosecute above ground. Things happened here they could neither reach nor control.
Did I tell you the Academy has decided to publish my monograph on weird art? There's talk now of beginning a lecture series, and I owe much of its authenticity to you.
Exactly, Thurber. Exactly. Authenticity. This whole part of the city is haunted by memories of the past, of ghosts. It was once populated by pirates who worshipped voodoo gods, by smugglers from every continent, ragged privateers, by witches, things they summoned. Ah, people knew how to live, how to enlarge the bounds of life in the old time. Think of today in comparison, such pale, pink brains, that even a club of so-called artists gets convulsions anytime a picture goes beyond the feelings of a Boston tea table.
I told Elliot recently the same thing. It takes a profound insight into nature to create work such as yours.
More than insight.
Any magazine cover hack can splash paint around wildly and call it a nightmare or a witch's Sabbath or a portrait of the devil. But only a real artist can make it ring true, can make it frightening.
And these ancient places, they're dreaming gorgeously. They're overflowing with wonder, terror, escapes from the commonplace.
My theories of art and the artist are concerned with just that escape, that leap from the commonplace, the fascinations of the imagination.
Your views have impressed me, Thurber. the fresh perspective among moldering old men. Many in your club would prefer art to be nothing more than an amusement for lazy minds.
Bah! Let them amuse each other with anecdotes. Art was meant to take man beyond his own small thoughts. One imagines they would have asked Michelangelo to simply decorate with drapes and cushions.
You grow adamant in your opposition, eh, Thurber?
Well, it rankles me that art is held so lightly, with such ignorance. To pretend weird scenes or things of terror have no place in art is ludicrous. It's like claiming the day does not need the night.
There's not a soul alive or dead that has witnessed all the textures of reality, not a soul.
A real artist knows the actual anatomy of the terrible, the physiology of fear, if you will. He knows the exact sort of lines and proportions that connect with latent instincts or hereditary memories of fright. The artist must stir colors and shades of the strange.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes! Have another drop of wine.
There are a few artists left today. We're battered by the timid imaginations of correspondence school cartoonists. Like your forte, for example, has always been faces. No artist save Goya or medieval masters like Groenewald have captured such sheer hell in a twist of expression.
I find painting in the cellar is best. The inspiration is thicker here. No, the only saving grace of the present is that it's too damned stupid to question the past very closely. You know, the artist today would rather sketch the newest and most Puritan landscapes of the Back Bay, places that haven't had the time to attract the local spirits. There's no memories there. I decided long ago, one must paint terror as well as beauty from life. I have done some exploring in places where I know terror lives. And in here, I can catch the spirits of the past.
Catch spirits?
Not to obtain ghosts. Not the door rattlings of a new house on the hill of a bright and fresh neighborhood in Newbury. Not the listless spirits of the uninitiated.
So, this place then evokes a bolder atmosphere for you? It's a wretched hole full of relics.
Don't you understand? The fearful, or as you call it, the weird and strange. These are not static thoughts frozen in time. No, relics. Horror is a living thing. Palpable. Scent. A thriving, moving force.
Sadly, it manifests itself through cruelty, such as the art club's blatant hostility.
No! They are tentative men with no conception of the world we inhabit or the worlds we intersect. I don't want human ghosts. All of the ghosts of beings highly evolved enough to have looked upon hell and known the meaning of what they saw.
Your words are as overwhelming as your paintings. Perhaps we could return to more comfortable surroundings. It would be my honor to perform as your host for the evening.
Thurber, I brought you here in strictest confidence. No one knows of this place save you and I. You're an exceptional man, Thurber, and I hope you'll be willing to follow just a bit further.
Follow? Where?
Call it a tour, a private exhibition. I have uncovered the heart of the uncanny, Thurber. Please, let me show you my most recent creations.
Certainly.
I found this object has been most useful. The camera is often regarded with disdain by our colleagues. It has been most useful.
Have you captured some visible horror?
I photographed various locations around our city. Cops Burying Ground or the Boylston Street subway. I photograph other locations of more recent architecture as well. Then when those photographs are developed, I can accurately depict them here in my cellar.
Ah, rather than carry your supplies from place to place.
It has been most useful. Now, let me show you my paintings. I call this the lesson.
Good Lord.
The background is taken at North End Churchyard, you'll see.
Madness. It's monstrous.
They look alive, don't they? Watch them stealing breath and stomping upon the earth.
Heaven pity me. What are these creatures sporting about? Dear God, is that a child?
You've heard those stories of changelings, yes? Of how a human child is stolen from its warm cradle, and the spawn of nightmares is left in its place, yes? Yet no one has considered what happens to the child. And here I have shown it. This child is learning a new order of life.
Sorry, it is a hellish vision, truly.
Tell me what you see.
The creatures look like dogs, but they're on two legs. Oh, this is hideous. Are you implying that these creatures and mortal men, that they share some common ancestry? It is as if the fires of hell are mingled with your pigments.
And here, the changeling is left in a smug, self-satisfied world of the most Puritan of families.
Well, yes, family at home. Father he's reading the scriptures, and dear God, what thing is that? Has your face.
A magnificent irony. A mockery of the pit of hell amid the sitting rooms of the most righteous. I have more, my friend. Now these are from my modern studies, with the backgrounds taken by camera. This is set at the Subway Street station. I call it subway accident. The hard-working drones of the industrial age, my friend. Idiots all, waiting for their trains, riding under the ground to think they can travel in places long inhabited by creatures far older than man.
It is brutal.
Come now, that's hardly a fitting analysis.
Well, the creatures are repellent, mostly from their inhuman construction. The outlines are sharp, clear, the details are vivid. Please, may I have another drink?
Finish your critique, please, and then I'll fill the glass. Continue.
It is demonic power. It does not resemble your other works, your grotesque fantasies. This is far too objective, as if it appears to be realism. A careful, almost scientific depiction of reality, not fantasy. Oh, God. God save me.
I have made the greatest advances in the past few months. Greater than any I'd ever dreamed.
Yes. These visions are far worse than any nightmare monstrosity. If demons and fiends such as this exist, may God protect us.
Here, lend me your light. I have something else to show.
But... God. Steady, Thermometer. What? Beckman!
It is best not to be loud. Here. These are some preliminary sketches for mammoth work.
Heavens!
They look as if
Terrible.
they might be damp with blood, yes. As if you could trace your fingers along the thick rope of muscles, yes.
Please, take it away. I cannot look.
Do not disappoint me, Thurber. You're my most cherished friend. Have I discovered you're another quivering fool? Stand up! Here's the larger work. Though there are many more hours of labor involved.
Blasphemy.
It is beautiful. A marvel of nature.
It is against the laws of nature. It's demonic portraiture. It's devouring a human. Pigment, for the love of God, what have you done?
I was never quite certain what diet these things subsisted on. But my model has proven to be most educated. I have seen it gnaw the bones of humans on several occasions. It seems to crave bones and flesh, like we crave air and water. These archaic tunnels run for miles. And yet when I found them, they were tremendously eager to run free. My model appeared to be the most anxious of them all. Tremendously ancient, eager to run around the streets and houses. And oh, so hungry.
Your model?
He's awake. My model must be stirred with anger at times. But then he emerges with great passion. Please, come this way. Go to the door. Regrettably, you do lack the proper understanding. But my model will prove to be a most excellent teacher. Hold it.
Shoulder may be broken.
We've had an accident!
You saw! You sit down right now and stop that yelling! John Wesley, come sit by your mother. This is no time to act a fool.
I believe I have injured an organ.
Oh, no one's been killed. Creaker-boo! We've had an accident!
Maybe the car will blow up.
You all right, honey? Just sit here a second. I'm going to get a few things from the car.
I'm all right. And I hope you have insurance, Bailey boy. Oh, my. Is that baby all right? Good Lordy.
Hey, I don't see no farmhouse. Where's the farmhouse you was talking about? There's no farmhouse.
Well, it's probably further on, and it wasn't a farmhouse. It's more of a plantation.
There's no farmhouse. There's no farmhouse. There's no farmhouse.
For just 1 second, will you please shut up? Here, honey, I got the car seat. Let's put the baby in there, all right?
I held on to her. She slept through the whole thing.
Good, honey, that's good. Are you thirsty? I think there's some Coca-Cola in the cooler.
Is the car all right?
It's banged up pretty bad. I lost control on that dirt road because somebody decided to bring that cat along in the car. Somebody decided we couldn't leave that damn cat behind. And somebody let that damn cat jump up and dig its paws into my neck.
I couldn't leave Pitty singing home for 3 days. He'd be all alone. He could have brushed up against one of the gas burners and asphyxiated himself, and then how would you feel?
I'd feel fine because we wouldn't have had no accident, we wouldn't have had no wrecked car.
Where's he? Petty sing. Petty sing. Here, kitty. Here, kitty, kitty.
I saw Daddy from that tree over there.
You kids sit down and be quiet. I am not telling you.
We never get to have fun. Even on our own vacation, we never get to do what we want to do.
We wanted to go to Florida.
I thought you'd want to know more about your own heritage. Never been to East Tennessee.
Well, here we are in beautiful East Tennessee.
Tennessee is just a dumping ground for hillbillies.
You said it.
In my time, children were more respectful of their native states and their parents and everything else for that matter. I bet those little pickaninnies we passed down Dalton have more respect than you two have.
He didn't have no britches on.
Probably didn't know any, that's why.
Will you hush? God, I should have known better than to go chasing after some farmhouse you remember being near here. Wait a damn minute. You said that farmhouse was in your old neighborhood in East Tennessee, right? Well, we hadn't even left Georgia yet. We're a good hour this side of the state line. Hell, Mama, we should have gone to Florida just like I planned.
People are certainly not nice like they used to be. This could be a very educational trip for the children. They have relatives in Tennessee. It's not my fault you can't drive a car.
I promised them we were going to Florida. I promised, didn't I, honey?
It doesn't hurt. Go to sleep right here. You go and get help, and I'll sleep here with the baby.
You saw them reports in the papers about them fellas that was headed for Florida. They was out of the federal pen. You saw what the paper said that misfit fella did to that family. It was right there in the papers. I wouldn't take any children of mine in any direction with a criminal like that loose in it. I couldn't live with my conscience.
And if you didn't want to go to Florida, why didn't you stay at home?
She wouldn't stay home to be queen for a day.
And what would you two do if that misfit fella caught you?
I'd smack his face.
She wouldn't stay home for $1,000,000, afraid she'd miss something. She has to go everywhere we go.
Just you remember that, little missy, the next time you want me to curl your hair.
My hair is naturally curly.
Shut up! Your mama's hurt. She's tired of hearing you run your mouth. You just be quiet until I figure out what to do. It's gonna be dark soon. It's about 8 miles back to the main road, another 15 or 20 back to that barbecue place. I could get us some help in 5 or 6 hours if the place is even still open.
That was a very nice man, and the food was delicious. Red Sammy's barbecue. I wish you'd bought us some more sandwiches, Bailey. We sure could use them now.
Well, if you wouldn't have gabbed with me for an hour and a half about every damn problem in the world, we wouldn't have been in such a hurry. We wouldn't be here.
He was a good man. He wouldn't run off and leave his family if he was in a wreck. You can't leave your family when there's trouble. What kind of a man are you? You're too important for you to just up and leave. Where would this world be if it weren't for good families?
I want my Game Boy. I want it. You can't let it blow up in the car. I want my comics, too.
Baby wants his toys. I want my camera.
You kids get away from that car!
Come on now, Bailey. You've got to let them be children. That's what they are.
I got turtle power. Cowabunga!
Here, come over here. Stand up here and be quiet. I'm going to tell you all a funny story now. It's a true story. And you two just listen. It'll help you pass the time now. Once back when I was a young maiden lady, I was being escorted by Mr. Edgar Atkins Teagarden from Jasper, Georgia. He was good looking. He was so sweet. He always brought me a watermelon on Saturday afternoon. He'd carve his initials into the side of it. He was a gentleman. Well, anyway, Mr. Teagarden, he come by one Saturday. There was nobody home, so he just left that watermelon there on the front porch. It was a big old porch. Most times all our friends would come, they'd just see it, get out of the sun. Lousy. Oh, Mr. Teagarden, he got in his buggy and he went on back home. Lousy, I never did get that watermelon, though. You see, there was this little nigger boy that worked for us. Lousy. He saw that watermelon there on that front porch. And he saw those initials carved into the side of it. E-A-T. And he ate it. Lord, he ate the whole thing.
I wouldn't marry a man who just brought me watermelons on Saturdays.
I would have done very well to marry Mr. Teagarden, because he was a gentleman. And he bought Coca-Cola stock when it first come out. He died a few years ago. A very wealthy man.
Haley,
I'm right here.
can we go soon? I'm not feeling too well. Maybe we should just go on back home and forget about this vacation.
It's gonna be all right. I'm gonna get us some help.
Is the car all right? Do we need help?
You think there'd be a policeman around here somewhere? I mean, they all just sit behind billboards and small clumps of trees waiting for somebody to go speeding by. Where are they now?
There ain't no cops around here because we're in the middle of nowhere. You had to go on and tease them kids about some fancy plantation with hidden secret panels. I bet it was all a lie.
It was a beautiful old house. There were 6 white columns across the front and an avenue of oaks leading up to the house. There was a glass doorway, and it was beautiful.
I bet the secret panel's in the fireplace. That's where they keep them.
Well, the car's crashed in a ditch. Her shoulder's broken, and it don't matter if that house is here or 5,000 miles away or in your senile dream. We could have all died.
Look, Daddy, there's a car coming.
They're driving awfully slow. How far away are they?
Looks like they're coming this way.
We've had an accident.
Afternoon. See, y'all had a little spill.
Oh, yes, we turned over twice.
Once. We've seen it happen. Try their car and see what it start, Hiram.
What you got that gun for? What's you do with that gun?
Lady, would you mind calling these kids to sit down by you? Children make me nervous. I want y'all to sit down together over there.
What are you telling us what to do for?
Come here.
Look here, we're in a predicament. We don't need no trouble. We're on your land, and we'll be off
I
as
know
soon as we can
you.
get arrested.
You're the misfit. I recognized you at once. I knew you looked familiar. I had your picture in the paper. You're the misfit.
Yes'm. But it would have been better for all of you, lady, if you hadn't recognized me.
You dumb bitch.
Now, don't you get upset, lady. Sometimes a man says things he don't mean. I don't reckon he meant to talk to you that way.
You wouldn't shoot a lady, would you?
I would hate to have to.
Listen now. Now, I know you're a good man. You don't look a bit like you have common blood. I know you must come from nice people.
Yes, ma'am. Finest people in the world. God never made a finer woman than my mom, and my daddy's heart was pure gold. You watch them children, Bobby Lee. You know they make me nervous. Ain't a cloud in the sky. Don't see no sun, but don't see no cloud neither.
Yes, it's a beautiful day. Listen now, you shouldn't call yourself the misfit, because I know you're a good man at heart. I can just look at you and tell.
Hush, hush. Just shut up and let me handle this.
I appreciate that, lady.
It'll take half hour to fix out that car.
Well, first, you and Bobby Lee take him and that little boy over yonder with you. Boys, want to ask you something. Would you mind stepping over in them woods there with us?
No, wait just a second. Nobody realizes what this is. I'll be back in a minute, Mama. Wait on me.
No, you come back here this instant! Bailey boy! Bailey? Now, I know you're a good man. You're not common.
No, I ain't a good man. But I ain't the worst in the world neither. My daddy always said I was a different breed of dog from my brothers and sisters. You know, he said, it's some that can live their whole life without asking about it, and others has to know why it is. And this boy's one of the ladders. He's going to end up in everything. That's what he said. Sorry I don't have a shirt on before you ladies. We had to bury the clothes we had on when we escaped, and we're just making do until we can get better. We borrowed these from some folks we met.
That's perfectly all right. Maybe Bailey has an extra shirt in his suitcase.
I'll look and see directly.
Bailey? Where are you?
Daddy was a coward himself. Never could put anything over on him. He never got in trouble with the authorities, though. He just had the knack of handling it.
You could be honest, too, if you'd only try. Just think. Think how wonderful it would be to settle down, live comfortably, not have to worry about somebody chasing you all the time.
Yes, sir. Somebody is always after you.
Do you ever pray?
No. I was a gospel singer for a while. I've been most everything. Been in the armed services, both land and sea, at home and abroad. Been twice married. Been an undertaker. Been with the railroads. Plowed Mother Earth. Been in a tornado. I've seen a man burnt alive once. I even seen a woman flogged.
Oh, pray. Pray.
I never was a bad boy that I remember of, but somewhere along the line I done something wrong. I got sent to the penitentiary. I was buried alive.
That's when you should have started to pray. What did you do to get sent to the penitentiary that first time?
Look to the right, it was a wall. Look to the left, it was a wall. Look up, it was a ceiling. Look down, it was a floor. I forget what I done, lady. I sat there, and I sat there, trying to remember what it was I done. But I ain't recall to this day. Once in a while, I would think it was coming to me, but it never come.
They must put you in by mistake. A mistake.
No, it wasn't no mistake. They had papers on me.
Well, then you must have stolen something.
Nobody had nothing I wanted. It was a head doctor at the penitentiary said what I had done was kill my daddy. But I know that for a lie. My daddy died in 1969 of the epidemic flu, and I never had a thing to do with it. He's buried in the Mount Hopewell Baptist churchyard. You can go there and see for yourself.
I would pray. Jesus would help you.
Yes, and that's right.
Well, then why don't you pray?
Because I don't want no help. I'm doing all right by myself. Throw me that shirt, Bobby Lee.
Oh, God.
No, lady. I found out that the crime don't matter. You can do one thing or you can do another. You can kill a man or take a tire off his car. Because sooner or later you're going to forget what it was you've done and just be punished for it. Ma'am. Ma'am. Would you and that little girl like to step over yonder with Bobby Lee and Hiram and join your husband?
Yes.
Help that lady out, Hiram. Bobby Lee, you hold on to that little girl's hand.
I don't want to hold hands with him. He reminds me of a pig.
She called me a pig.
Yes, sir. Jesus thrown everything off balance. It was the same case with him as with me, except he hadn't committed no crime, and they could prove I'd committed one because they had papers on me. Of course, they never showed me my papers. That's why I signed myself now. I got a signature, and I keep a copy of it. See, that way I'll know what I've done, and I can hold up the crime next to the punishment and see if they match. And I'll have something to prove I ain't been treated right. I called myself the misfit, see, because I can't make what all I done wrong fit what all I gone through in punishment. Does it seem right to you, lady? If one is punished a heap and another ain't punished at all?
Oh, Jesus. Y'all got to shoot lady now. I know you're a good man. I know you come from nice people. You just pray. Jesus, you ought not to shoot a lady. I'll give you all the money I've got.
Lady, there never was a body that give the undertaker a tip.
Oh, baby. Baby boy.
Jesus was the only one that raised the dead. He shouldn't have done it. He thrown everything off balance. If he did what he said he didn't, then there's nothing for you to do but throw everything away and follow him. And if he didn't, then there's nothing for you to do but enjoy the few minutes you got left the best you can. By killing somebody, or burning down his house, doing some other meanness to him. No pleasure, but meanness.
Maybe he didn't raise the dead.
I wasn't there, so I can't say. I wished I had been there. It ain't right I wasn't there, because if I'd been there, I would have known. I would have known and I wouldn't be like I am now.
Why? You're one of my babies. You're one of my own children.
Hey, no pictures.
Take her off and throw her where you thrown the others.
She was some talker, wasn't she?
She would have been a good woman. If there'd been somebody there to shoot her every minute of her life.
Hot damn, this is some fun.
Shut up, Bobby Lee. It's no real pleasure in life.
With higher and higher levels into today's drastic announcement calling for emergency measures to deal with the immediate loss of the protective ozone layer. The layer won't last more than another 20 years.
The hundreds of oil fires raging in the Mideast have blanketed the Gulf with poisonous ash. Oil slicks are pouring into the Gulf.
Thousands are dead in attacks led by armed militias opposing governmental policies, spreading the movement of civil war across the region. Following the attack on the UN headquarters in New York City,
we cannot and will not allow the destruction of our most vital resources, our farms, our fields, our vast food supplies. Without the power to supply food to the world, we shall crumble, we shall collapse, we shall fall to our knees.
The orders came from the office of the President of the United States. declaring nationwide martial law. 125 people were killed in riots near the White House.
Killing the heads of state from 13 European nations as they met for the second day. The multiple assassinations sent stock markets plummeting in a frenzy of selling. Gold prices...
Wholesale slaughter in the streets and the cities across the globe. Communication lines have been cut, food riots are spreading, and 3,000 troops are reported dead in...
The combination of nuclear and germ warfare has been the most common weapon in the war, leaving millions dead and spreading disease in firestorms that burn for days. Government officials deny any
Closing
knowledge.
thousands of acres and fully staffing the biospheres will demand thousands of workers. The biosphere technology will save millions of lives, according to the Council of States.
The worst strain of pneumonia recorded, though doctors are unsure of how this mutant strain is being transmitted. Cholera has been reported in 65 sectors in the past 3 weeks.
Continues construction of a proposed orbiting station. The launch date is being kept secret to prevent an attack of revolutionary factions.
Medically controlled camps for the diseased and refugees have been established by a mandate from the World Health Organization and the Organization for Statehood. Critics persist in their claims that a mass extermination of...
The riots continue to hold the city hostage, and all major power plants have been destroyed, leaving millions without water or electricity for the holiday season.
A massive program in a desperate attempt to broaden military powers and establish order. The War Council plans to extend the Biosphere program into South America, though one official denied reports that targeted factions...
The radioactive biological firestorms entered the third week of destruction, with the death toll reaching 500,000. Today's index shows cancer and HIV are in red, which means ventilation systems should be turned off immediately.
I lost both my parents to HIV-19 in the spring. What is it now, HIV-20? Without the military jobs, you could just get left out there, outside.
Infected with the virus of radiation sickness must report to the safety camps within the next 72 hours. Failure to comply means immediate capture and execution. The safety camps are for your protection. Violation of military law 147 carries an automatic death penalty. If you do not know where camps are located, report immediately to the nearest biosphere compound. Repeating, all citizens, regardless of age, who have been infected with HIV-22 or radioactive bubonic plague must comply with the following
The
order.
death toll from the surprise attack on Biosphere 18 is expected to reach 45,000. The mutant population from safety camp GH Alpha continues to riot in the sector.
Outpost 11 to Squad 1. Outpost 11 to Squad 1. Do you read? Outpost 11. Do you copy? Outpost 11 to Squad 1. Do you read? This is Outpost 11. Do you read?
Personal Journal, Captain Thomas Franklin, Outpost 11, Biosphere 78. August 13, 2092. This record, this is the first journal I've ever made, so I'm not sure where to start. Just making this tape is against regulations, but I need to talk to someone, and no one else is here except Prospero. Squad 2 has been gone since 0600, responding to a distress call from Tech Base at Biosphere. Communications with barracks blanked on me about 2 hours ago. No contact with the orbiting station. No contact with number 78. Unable to contact anyone today. Solar flares began again last night. Prospero is tracking plague storms in 4 sectors. They're loaded with poison, radioactive dust, HIV, cholera, Christ knows what else. And they're moving right for us. I told Prospero to keep searching for any transmissions, contacts, links, anything. I can't believe how lonely and useless I feel right now. Stanley would think I was nuts if he ever heard me say that. His squad Squad 1. It's 52 hours overdue. Caught in storm, probably. Black clouds move fast. I wish he was... Hell. Prospero interface.
Hello, Captain Franklin.
Report on current objectives. Any contact with the orbiting station?
Negative. Systems probe, hampered by sunspots, but it's very quiet out there. Can you feel it too?
Do you have those energy consumption reports yet?
I'm processing them. Sir, no agricultural biospheres are responding to transmissions. Biospheres 1 through 117 are silent. Sir, aren't personal recordings forbidden by council directives?
Just do your work and let me do mine. How long will these solar flares block communication?
Another 12 hours, Captain. The plague storms will keep us confined for another 48 days. Radioactive garble will... I have energy consumption reports on screen file.
That's good news. Good. What is this? This doesn't make any sense. Why are we losing power? Have you checked the cells? Maybe we're losing storage functions.
Decontamination initiated.
What? What the hell is going on? Where did they come from? Burns, why didn't you radio in? What are you doing back? I can't... Where's the damn sound? Prospero, where's the sound?
I don't know.
What about the perimeter alarm? You should have seen them at 10 miles. Put us at code 3.
I don't know. Something must have happened. Installation at code 3. Decontamination at stage 2.
Why can't I hear anything?
What's going on in there? Can you hear me?
Where the hell did you come from? Prospero had no alarm. How did you get in?
Swarm less than 200 yards behind us. Use primary shield.
Swarm. Prospero, is there a swarm out there?
No.
We were ambushed as a code 1. She's hurt. I've got
Captain, my captain. These women are very angry. You should let us
Hit
in.
the shields. What's wrong with you? We are under attack.
Little pig, let us in. Not by the hair of my...
Shut up, Burns.
Prospero, what the hell is going on?
I see no swarm in range, sir. Decontamination at stage 3. Should I mix their oxygen content with nitrous oxide? It may calm them down.
A goddamn swarm. They went down tech base. Our shields up.
Thermal scans show no swarm. Repeat, no swarm. Relax, you're safe. Is tech base secure? What happened?
I'm gonna die.
Nobody's dying. You're soldiers. Front line. Prospero, give me a readout on swarm location and don't tell me nothing's out there.
One swarm, Captain. Cold pulse projects population at less than 100. Decontamination at stage 4.
What's wrong with that damn machine? Go to manual attack. Do you copy? Jesus, a med kit.
Full power to sonics on all externals.
Shields. You
Decontamination
They're
at
too
stage
close.
5.
Firing sonic first. Just hold on. You're almost in.
You know, I think we should just invite them all to come in. We've never really talked to
Launching Sabo grenades.
Maybe they just want something to eat, something to drink.
Prospero, you got the range.
Yes, Captain.
Knock it off.
Decontamination complete.
Adams console 2. Jennings take 3. Move! Fire sonic burst on my signal.
Home again, home again.
They're all in the airlock.
Pressurized chamber.
Look, they're messing at the solar panels. Ionize the grid or we'll lose all power.
Damn it, I said fire on my signal.
Airlock seals damaged. Auto-destruct countdown will begin at Robert Gamma 10.
How did they open the door?
That's impossible. They got weapons.
Solar panels at 40%. Auto-destruct countdown will begin at Robert Gamma 10.
You idiot. She's not feeling well, Tom. You don't mind if I call you Tom, do you? Tom is a good
I
name.
can't find them. Are they in the airlock?
Sonic burst, beta pattern. Fire on my signal.
Control's not responding. Target won't hold. I can't locate the swarm.
Fire! I said fire!
Control's not responding.
If they get to that inner door, the auto-destruct will blow. I want power for Sonics now!
Power on 2 mortars. Firing.
Thermal scans negative. Swarm has dispersed.
And the music had become hushed at the waving of his hand.
Prospero status.
We have 24 hours of auxiliary power, installation, and 36% of operational control. Outer airlock door damaged. Auto-destruct countdown holding at Robert Gamma 10. I suggest sending a distress call. We'll have to maintain code 3 status. I'm going to examine my perimeter seismics for malfunctions.
I think it's okay. There's no brakes in your sunsuit. Thank God. Take a look at that wagon. Targeting's fucked.
Adams, I told you to go to stations. Do it! Who told you to fire mortars?
Common sense. Maybe you should get a gel-head to replace me, someone who doesn't think. Burns.
Hey.
You want the swarms back?
My controls were out. We had no choice.
Quiet! This is my outpost, understand? Mine! You are here to follow my orders, every damn word I say. You do not move an eyelid until I give the word. You do not breathe until I give the word. I will not tolerate disobedience.
Sir! Our ass is grass! Sir! Shall I march in place? Sir!
Captain, the tech base was smallest when we got there. It's gone. The swarm ambushed us when we came out. Burns was supposed to be on watch, but we found him drunk in the back of the air jeep. He's the one you should blame.
not drunk.
Adams, shut up. New female recruits are seen, not heard. Burns, I want your report. Did you see any sign of Sergeant Stanley?
Well, Tom, I've been on duty for 37 straight hours. Ever since your pal Stanley and his two buddies skipped out. I'm too tired to care where he might have gone. All I know is I have to carry his load. My plane didn't see much of anything. The mutants wanted to eat. These girls were screaming, and I was tired.
Is that your report? You're tired?
Sir, have you been able to contact barracks yet, or the biosphere?
Tom, one addition to my report. If anyone knocks at that door, don't open it.
He's still drunk. He's a damn waste.
Shut up! You fired without my signal.
Yes, sir, I did, and I'll do it again. You want a report, Franklin? I'll give you one. Tech base is gone. No one was alive. There's swarms crawling all over this sector. The goddamn airlock is blown, so the next time that door opens, the next time, the auto-destruct is gonna fry everything for 50 miles. Buddy, your hero Stanley is dead, shredded by a plague storm, along with Dinkins and Gordon. What else do you want to know? How many second chances?
I don't want your damn opinions. I want facts.
Plug this into the system, and you'll get all the facts you want. Go on, you know how to sit on your ass and read reports, don't you?
Processing recon data.
You're damn scared to leave this post, even if me and Stanley dies alone out there.
Shut up! Stanley's the best soldier in this sector.
Was the best.
How many times have you been busted down to private? 3? 4? You're insubordinate. You're the worst soldier I've ever had.
The best soldier you've got.
What are you arguing about? You're wasting time on bullshit. We've got work to do. Biosphere's gonna be attacked. The food, the children, they'll die waiting for us to do our job.
I know that. I know that. I know. Get her leg cleaned up, Adams. Infection kills.
I'll do it myself.
I'll do it. I hate just standing around.
What hit you? A rock.
What?
A rock. Mutants threw a damn rock.
I threw a rock at my sister once when we were kids. Just playing. I nearly broke her arm. Said she was gonna. My parents lectured for days about violence. It scared the hell out of me. You? Some kind of plague? HIV? It takes one tiny drop of blood. Jeez. Somebody grab her, they find a grenade or. It's so silly.
No survivors. So panel smashed.
My sister sure screamed murder when I hit her with that rock. She said she was going to drag me out one night in the middle of the night. I was asleep. Mutant food. But she had nightmares. I had 2 sisters. A long time ago. And I have bet she was scared when you enlisted and they sent you out here. She killed herself when she was 16. I don't think she... Well, kids too, you know? Always inside, no place to go. Okay, I'll be up. Air seals were breached. There were holes in the walls, even the labs. I never saw anything like it. There were arms and teeth. I've never seen, Franklin. Bastards went crazy in there.
Hey, they're still human. Even if they are mutants and cannibals. Tetra probably pissed them off.
How can you joke about it? They ate them, Burns. They ate them. Barely got out alive. We tracked swarms all the way back. Barracks is gone too. We're going to need backup someday. We're going to have to contact the organ station.
Prospero is scanning for any transmissions he can find. He's been scanning since Stanley left. There was no sign of Stanley.
What about the biosphere? My family... The people inside depend on us to protect them. Can't we warn them, contact them? Can't we do something?
Nope. We opened those doors and kaboom! Auto death. But it may be worse than any of us could imagine. Well, look at this. I'm almost out of booze, and those boys at barracks have the best still in 1,500 miles. One man's life or death is but a small price to pay for the acquirement of the knowledge I seek. That's Shelley. Pre-20th century. Mary Shelley.
You asshole! People die in that biosphere. My family goes food. Food for thousands of us. Everyone in the war, she don't do shit for anybody.
Look, Tom. She's all green and fresh, just like the plants on the biofarm she left behind. She's not used to combat or the futility of life. I'll bet she's still a virgin, too.
Say one more word. Please!
Adam! Jennings!
Let him go! He's not worth the effort. Just let him go!
Intruder alert. 3 swarms approaching. Recommend code 1. Intruder alert. 3 swarms at 10 mile perimeter.
Thermal scans. I want power for sonics and hydrogen charges.
A toast to your deaths, one and all.
Estimated location at 8 miles, converging from east, north, and southwest. Column pulse projects swarm population over 500. Should I initiate primary shields, Captain?
Do it!
Captain,
What?
There's nothing. Thermal scans are nothing. I don't see a thing!
It's a machine, Franklin. There's nothing out there. Look!
Prospero, what the hell is going on? All scans are negative.
My alarms were tripped by swarm movements and cold temperature readings, Captain. Perhaps we should run console status checks.
Keep the shields at full, but cancel that alarm. Adams, run a check on your console.
I could check the console for you. I know there must be something out there. I can almost smell them.
Let her run the check.
Lost exterior cameras.
A toast to the success of the swarm.
Burns?
Look, I can't get anything on the monitor.
Radar pulse, 360 degrees. If there's a swarm out there, I want to see it.
It's the machine, Franklin. The AI is breaking down. If it crashes hard, it's going to...
There's nothing out there!
What did you expect? Death is tricky. It's quick and silent. Sometimes it's boring. It creeps like a thief in the night.
That Adams into the Matrix. Maybe she can disconnect artificial intelligence. The auto-destruct is on the AI pathways. If we cut them, we're dead.
Jesus, fire sonics! Fire! Fire!
What? There's nothing out there!
I'm giving an order! Fire! What's on the radar?
Nothing. No readings. I see nothing. What's wrong with you, Franklin? Have you lost your mind?
I saw something out there. Didn't you see it? There was. There was something.
Have you been able to contact the orbiter?
Franklin!
No matter what frequency I try or what station I monitor, I get nothing. It could be the solar flares, or it could be a malfunction here. We'll have to wait. Wait for the sunspots to fade.
How long?
12 hours, I think.
We can't just sit here waiting.
Let her go on manual communications. I don't trust that computer.
Everybody just shut the hell up. Recharge the packs. This is still a by-the-book post. Got it? I want the packs on the rack, floor reports on recon, equipment failure. and I don't want to hear another person speak. You got something to say, mister?
Yeah, well, Tom, I have a question. Have these girls gone crazy? Am I crazy? Maybe you are insane, and we are the only people who play your crazy games. Maybe my old friend Prospero is insane. He demands insanity from us.
Hell with it.
Let's put on our suits and go to the biosphere. It'll be safer there. More people. They need our help.
You can't. There are at least 4 plague storms between us and them. And
A lot of destruct goes when the doors open to the outside. 10 seconds of bionuclear warhead will vaporize everything. That computer, Franklin.
His name! He has a name. I named him. He is Prospero. He has an ancient name, and we should respect it.
Respect what?
Walter Burns is showing us what happens to a soldier who loses his guts. You'd be better off dead, wouldn't you, Burns? Ready for the incinerator.
I don't believe this. Aren't we part of a support network? General Order 4 says our duty is defense. We're the only defense.
we are! I've been head of this post since the day they built it. I have the best record in the 81st Division, and we will not change that today. You got that?
Prospero interface.
Hello, Sergeant Jennings.
What the hell are you doing?
Evaluate status on survivability inside this base.
This is my base!
Base status as follows. Less than 23 hours of air to the life support systems and all ancillary units. The airlock can't be repaired from inside. I'm afraid you can't stay, and you can't leave.
What about communications?
Satellite links are blocked by the flares, but we have been out of reliable contact with the orbiting station for over 92 hours. No biospheres are responding to transmissions. Loss of contact with barracks and tech base engaged primary conditions for auto-destruct. Airlock damage has engaged secondary conditions.
Projection?
I have made contact with 3 artificial intelligence systems, 1 aboard the orbiter, and 2 outpost systems, but their precise coordinates are unavailable.
You didn't tell me that. Prospero, who gave authorization
These
to tap
systems
in?
offer their information. It's disturbing.
Clarify!
I entered on unauthorized intelligence files, but this was an emergency. Priority 1. I forged clearance, but I have kept the information secret. Command base is excluded from information. I cannot comply.
I want that information.
I can't comply.
Wait. Let me try. Prospero interface.
Hello, Sergeant Adams.
Emergency override. I'll forge my own clearance. Kid stuff. Report top secret files.
Certainly. Surveillance dated 3/6/90 shows swarms are no longer random factions. They attack with tactics. We have agreed the swarms are now acting as cognizant entities. It's a frightening development.
We agreed. Who is we?
They're attacking selected targets. They have some overall battle plan.
Yes, and it is effective.
That's impossible. Stanley and I have watched the swarms form dozens of times.
Outpost training says they're barely alive. Mutants in the last stage of HIV-26 do not have intelligence. They fall into groups at randoms, and the swarms go on psychotic rampages.
I've seen it happen.
When was the last time you went outside? 10 years ago?
Prospero, what other information is on the files?
Swarms engaged 3 strategic attacks on biospheres 16, 17, and 18 on the same date, 2/14/90. Mutants were able to infiltrate the command outposts and eradicate all security measures.
How?
Parallels to HIV-26. Swarms deactivate defenses. Commanding officer is killed. There is no ability to reject infection or invasion. Files also show Sergeant Walter Burns was on duty at Post 16 during the attack.
Burns?
Prospero's telling stories. Shame.
I'm telling you, a swarm is just a random force. They move on instinct.
They can't think or follow orders.
You want to kill? Who cares what they think?
They can't think!
They took out just enough of this base to leave us paralyzed, and then they left me. Maybe they had help from the inside, like at those other bases. Burns was there, ask him.
Burns is... Hell, he served on the orbiter. Served with honors. He's a good soldier.
Don't tell me with that good soldier crap. Who cares what I do? What about Jennings? You pounded on your last seal of the wrench, right? Huh? Didn't you? Self-defense. And Tom? You're the one who sent Stanley out there. Who knows where he went? Where'd you send him? I want to know about the green, fertile fields young Miss Adams left behind a mere 6 weeks ago. If that's where she's from.
You deserted your post, didn't you?
Didn't you? Loaded question.
Look, we all depend on each other here.
You depend on Brock, I'm not.
Even with the utterly lost to whom life and death are equally just, there are matters of which no jest can be made. Prospero interface.
Hello, Walter.
Identify that quote.
Edgar Allan Poe, The Mask of the Red Death, 1845. Are we reading it again?
And while the pestilence raged most furiously, Prince Prospero entertained his 1,000 friends.
At a masked ball of the most unusual magnificence.
A party. A party! A multitude of dreams, wild music! A masked ball! Who is this mysterious guest? Death itself? What are we doing moving left or right is to die? What is left but celebration? We must drink to our own deaths. No one else will.
That's enough!
No! It is folly to grieve or think. Drink! Drink!
I said shut up! I want you dead quiet! No drinking, no party, no mass. Got it? This is a military force and you are just a grunt who obeys my commands. Got it? Got it? I'm in command. Me. I lead, you follow. I did...
No!
Seize him and unmask him that we may know who to hang at sunrise from the battlements.
Intruder alert. Movement at 100 yards. Unable to identify. Suggest code 1.
Prospero, let the guest enter our sanctuary.
No, ignore command! Prospero, identify intruder.
I can't tell. Is the captain hurt?
Take weapons.
He needs medical attention, doesn't he? My interior cameras are not functioning
Where are
at
my
proper
men?
levels. Is the captain hurt?
Fire!
No. We cannot fire at unknown entity. It might be Sergeant Stanley or Sergeant Pinkins or Gordon. We cannot fire. Circuits are downloading data.
Can you bypass the II for weapons control? I don't know. I can see what happens. Prospero, we cannot let that thing get in here!
I can't break in. He's shutting down everything. Why is he shutting down?
God, who the hell is that?
Okay, he's coming in.
Little pig, please let me in.
I'm gonna kill you.
Please, none of us want to die.
Then let us dance through every profane room of this wretched masquerade.
Intruder is an airlock. Shall I begin decontamination?
Yes.
God, no! Adams, don't you dare die on me! Don't leave me here alone! Adams!
Walter.
You can cancel decontamination. Try.
How can I cancel it?
Override. Unconsole. Before stage 4 begins. Process 09.
Decontamination at stage 2. I will initiate auto-destruct when the airlock opens. Are you alive, Adams? Can I call you Diane?
Shut up! Shut up!
Nothing is getting in here. Look, I can't access anything.
Diane, who is with you? Sergeant Jennings. Your first name is Kay, isn't it? I'm downloading all functions, Kay. You don't need me.
Don't be Adams. I can't access anything.
Process 09.
Decontamination at stage 3.
Prospero, what are you doing?
I'm frightened. Programming demands survival of Prospero. Programming demands survival of Command Base. I'm confused. Direct transference to orbiter in process. I'm sure you will feel better soon.
I got access. What next? Hurry! Access! Down status! Got it!
Decontamination at stage 4. Eliminating life support systems.
You can't do that! It's just a machine! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Okay. I'm scared.
Oh. This is a machine. Take orders! Please! We're soldiers. We die fighting, not waving. Please stop it! Stop it. We're soldiers.
Decontamination at stage 5.
Maybe it's Stanley. This is Stanley. Doesn't matter. It's Stanley. Maybe it's Stanley.
Walter used to read to me often. I will miss him. Goodbye, Kate. Goodbye, Diane.
Warning. Auto-destruct will detonate in 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ignite.